All right. So we messed one of these up. We didn't realize that sweatpants have a front and a back. And we managed to put this on the butt, not on the front pocket. Because when I put sweatpants on, I don't usually care either.
How's that sound now?
That's retarded.
That's what you said.
I know, but
You didn't know which one.
because I really wasn't thinking shit front and back on sweatpants.
Okay, so what we're going to work on today, hopefully, is set up the training information that we need surrounding attempted recovery of mispressed items. This does not work all the time. This is a first step in a potentially long list of potential remedies. Too often this would happen and we would go, oh, the whole thing's bad, and we would just go throw it away, and then we'd wait 2-3 more days after we bought more stuff and had more transfers printed out, went back through QC and back through POD or back through pre-press and receiving, and made its way, the whole job gets held up and whatever. In some cases, on some materials, with some luck, we can save apparel, right? And this should be our first step. Something gets messed up, we need to make an attempt at fixing it first. We've had relatively good success thus far with this chemical and this method. It does, however, in a lot of cases require us to wash the article of clothing, so it'll still be a 1-day delay. You're not going to have a lot of luck with like, oh, man, just fix it, oh, just repress it. But we're gonna walk through how to make an attempt at that. First and foremost, you guys see I went and grabbed a piece of Teflon. We're using that Teflon to go between the two layers. This chemical it's actually an eco-chemical, right? It's I think at its core it's based on like a citrus, so probably citric acid. The problem with it, with some transfers, and I haven't seen this be a problem with our transfers yet, but I've seen this with other transfers where it's a problem. This will actually cause the dye to bleed. So like this is purple. There's a possibility when we do this, we're gonna get purple ink dyed into the fabric.
Oh, I'm sorry. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm sorry I'm interrupting you. No, you're fine. Okay. I was just singing a song. I'm here to pick up something.
Okay.
Oh, for Katrina Anderson. I'm sorry, I'm just not knowing what I'm supposed to be doing. Am I in the right place? Y'all changing around. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Oh my God, it's gorgeous. As you were. Somebody else. Somebody else pick it up for me. Chris, what'd you say?
She was just singing a song or something. I'm recording. We're gonna try and stay away what we're gonna hope doesn't take place is dye migrating into the clothes. If we get dye into this, I don't think it's gonna wash out, right? Yeah. That said, this stuff, okay, so this was from back in the day of screen printing. This is HR30. Look, apply this relatively generously to the garment. I kind of hate soaking it, but you do want to make sure. Look, we're trying to break down the glue. We're not trying to break down the transfer. We're trying to break down the glue. The glue's underneath the print, which means this has to be wet enough so that you don't have a dry spot where the print is, where the print didn't shield it, right? Once it's been on there for a second, it starts attacking the glue. You can help it attack the glue and start breaking the glue down by stretching this out. again, you can already see that stuff starting to give a little bit when you do that. The more of this you can do and the less scrubbing you can do, the better you're going to be. Because when you start scrubbing is when we're going to start getting those dyes into the fabric instead of removing the dyes from the transfer. There was some kind of solvent remover we used to use on signs. You remember what that was? Oh, like Goo Gone.
Yeah.
You know how when Goo Gone when you first put it on a rag, like within 10 seconds, it worked really fucking good. But literally within about 10 seconds, the part that did the cleaning would evaporate out. And it would still feel wet, but it wouldn't clean nearly as well.
Yeah.
This is kind of like that. So we just stretched that out, and it's kind of flown out a little bit and started to evaporate a little bit. It stopped attacking that adhesive layer. So after I've stretched that out, now there's these little holes in it, stuff like that, I've added some more to hopefully get back in there, wet all that back up again. All right. It looks like that's about what we're gonna get. We're gonna use this. Brush to as lightly as we can. Again, because if we're just mashing this back in, we're gonna end up with purple inside the fabric. Or purple dye in this case. And in large part, I mean, the stuff comes out pretty easy once you dissolve that glue. As it continues to dry, it's going to continue to get harder to do. So if you get, halfway through this or down to the end and it's really not coming up, again, I wouldn't spend a lot of time going harder with this. I would just drop a little more of that on it.
Maybe a little more for that corner.
Might. Okay, and probably the other thing we're going to find too is there'll be a little flecks and little white bits and shit like that left on this.
That should be okay because this is like
Well, we can get them off. I'm just saying, it's not a bad idea. Like, made this whole mess, right? So we'll clean this up. Probably need to do the same thing here. We get some paper towels.
strong. Well, do knit time.
Hopefully I don't do this again. How about that?
You doing
That's
this one?
more the answer.
You doing this one by yourself?
Mm-hmm. We're going to go ahead and certify you while we're here. Look, and the reality is, and this is a conversation that, I mean, going back to Max even, I remember having with him, like, the reality is there is no not messing shirts up. It's going to happen. Now, are there things you can do, like pay attention? Yeah, and that'll decrease it a lot. But there's always going to be, oh, I had to run over here real quick, or Bruce needed my help with something, I came back to it, and, somebody touched my stuff, or whatever. Gonna happen. Mistakes are gonna happen. And the same is true in screen printing. It happens all the time. Even when it's no one's fault. Screens fall apart, right? Ink gets in places it's not supposed to. All that's fine. But that's not the end of the story. Hey, guess what? Not Brianna did. Babe, guess. See if you can guess.
I don't know, either press to transfer.
No, you won't guess.
Transfer folded?
No.
Press it on the butt instead of the front pocket. Because she didn't realize pants have a front and a back.
It's not that I didn't realize.
It's
I just
because
wasn't thinking to shape front or back.
That is so funny.
I was just.
Just because look, last night we went to
She-
Marshall's and they had these little sets, and one of them was a juicy set that had juicy across the butt, and I was like, that looks like something that Bree would wear.
Tragic.
Yeah, but she wear it backwards.
I'll send two prints to the back.
I have more.
Yeah, extras?
Mhm.
Oh, we can probably press the other side though.
It's like
Might-
light pink.
might as well wait
and
till you
like
watch
little
it.
rhinestones that says juicy right across the butt. I'm too old for it.
All right.
You
Strong.
Gotta wipe down, double check, make sure there's not, we don't want any of the little crumbs on it or whatever, because as soon as we press it, this will just readhere. If you have to put something back in this spot, it is not going to stick until after this has been washed. To your point, could we press on the other side and where it's supposed to be? Yes, probably, right? But we still have this that would have to be dried out. I don't know if this is actually going to evaporate like it should inside a heat press. I'm pretty sure washing this is the right call.
Okay.
But we saved it. This is $18. That's another $18. If you can save it, you don't owe me $18.
Okay.
If you can't, I accept payment in Trident Gum.
Trident gum. Why not Bubblicious?
How come I never get paid in Trident?
Why not Bubblicious?
Bubblicious.
You know why.
What's wrong with Bubblicious?
You know.
What's wrong with Bubblicious?
You remember.
No, I don't.
You remember that shit they did in the 90s.
What?
I don't.
Exactly. Nobody remembers Bubblicious.